Do you know that PGA golfers love to fish as much as golf? Hi, I'm Henry Washuk. Welcome to another Fins and Skins Classic Adventure. I tell you what, when you think of guys like Greg Norman, who incorporated a shark logo, you know, you've got Nick Price that has a passion for fly fishing, Jack Nicklaus, you know, Andy Bean. These guys, that's all they want to do. When they're not golfing, they want to fish, and that's what we got coming to you this week, so stay tuned.
Fins and Skins Classic Adventures with Henry Washuk, celebrating 35 years on TV, is brought to you by Boston Whaler, the unsinkable legend. Fish Angler, discover what's biting around you only on the Fish Angler app. Mudhole, your one-stop shop for all your rod building and tackle crafting needs. NBOA, America's boat insurance experts.
Oh, nice!
Hey, that's my first Atlantic salmon. There you go.
Look at his teeth there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Without question, PGA golfers have a passion for golf, and most love fishing just as much as you and I do. Is it because of the similarities? Perhaps it's the outdoor setting, pitting man against an indifferent, if not adverse nature, be it in the form of finicky bonefish or gaping bunkers. Perhaps it's the similarity of the motions of swinging and casting, the fact that the ball or lure goes farther when you move smoothly. This week we'll be featuring many PGA greats, the likes of Mark O'Meara, Nick Price, Andy Bean, and many others who love to fish even more than golf. Coming up, PGA greats talk fishing.
From the age as long as I could remember, we would go on fishing trips.
This portion of Fins and Skins, celebrating 35 years, was brought to you by Mudhole, your one-stop shop for all your rod building and tackle crafting needs.
Like any sport, if you want to be good, you have to start young. Ask some PGA greats when they started to play golf, and the average age will be around 11. So the big question, when did they get hooked on fishing?
Well, I was the youngest of three brothers, and my dad was a mad keen fisherman. So from the age as long as I could remember, we would go on fishing trips. And, you know, my poor mom, most of her holidays were spent cooking and with us camping and cooking for us while we went away fishing. But that was, I started fly fishing actually back in, probably I was about 4 years old, and my brothers and my dad were going off to go and walk this one river, and they tied on a little bit of fly line for me on the tip of an old fly rod and a little bit of leader, and I sat on this sort of log bridge that went across the river. It wasn't a very big river, and I just sat there and was, you know, trying to cast because I'd watched them, and to blow me down, I caught like about an 8-inch trout, which was just, you know, and they went away and caught nothing. So I was hooked, you know, right then and there. Fishing to me became such a part of my life at an early age, and you know, it was great.
I think I was very blessed because I was able to play golf and play golf professionally and well enough that I was able to support my family and be able to support a passion of mine, which is fishing. And the one thing about coming down to the Everglades, I get to come down here, you're away from everybody, you're with the yellow flies and everything else, but I'm able to share this with my daughters.
Everybody needs a little escape, right? And for me, fly fishing, whether it's for trout or for steelhead, throwing a single-handed rod or a two-handed rod, when I'm in the river, I don't think about anything else. You know, I think about the water, I think about the incredible environment that I'm in, and I'm thinking about the possibility of this next cast getting the tug, you know, which, you know, you get a pull on your line, and if you hook a steelhead, it's hard to explain to somebody the adrenaline, because everyone's different. It's like a golf shot, you know, every golf shot you hit's different. Well, every take when you're fishing for steelhead, swinging a fly through steelhead water is different.
We had the opportunity to find out why these top PGA Tour pros find fishing the best complement to the pressures of the game of golf.
Well, I'm not sure why so many PGA pros love fishing. I mean, I can only really speak for myself, but one of the things is probably to get the solitude and to get away from the crowds. You know, that was the one thing that I always loved was, you know, playing in front of people on a Saturday and a Sunday and then being on a flat in the Bahamas on Monday and there wasn't a person in sight. So it was a real, you know, change of scenery and environment. But I think it's so relaxing. That's the great thing. You know, there were a time when you were younger that you would, you know, get out of bed really early in the morning and go fish and be all that. And now, as you get a little older, your fishing becomes a little more sedate and a little more selective. And that's what I love. I love inshore fishing. I love hunting fish. That's probably the great thing for me. Bone fishing, you know, there's three facets to it for me. You've got to spot the fish, find them, obviously, and then you've got to get in a position to cast to them, and then you've got to put a perfect cast in. Otherwise, it's gone. So to me, catching the fish is no big deal. But once he takes that hook, that fly, it's just great fun. So I think that's probably why a lot of golfers love it, because there's a challenge in there, you know, such a big challenge.
Oh, the thing about it, like golf, you can always get better, right? The whole key is the setup. Like anything else, you know, good fundamentals. You got to be very patient. It's like almost when you're putting, you know, you got to keep your head steady. If you look up or move on all, you know, you miss the putt.
Jack Nicklaus holds the record for PGA Major Championships with 18. Tiger Woods is in second with 15 now, after winning the Masters in 2019. And for 24 straight seasons, Jack made at least one top 10 finish in a major championship. Yet throughout his career, he took the time to go fishing. This was and still is his favorite pastime, especially with a fly rod. Here's Jack with a nice Atlantic salmon. And his favorite on a fly, Mr. Bonefish. How about Hall of Famer Mark O'Meara? He had an incredible 34 tour wins, including 16 on the PGA Tour. He won the British Open and the Masters in 1998 and reached second in the world rankings. Mark and Tiger played a number of rounds together in 2015 and both talked a lot about fishing. They even went on some fishing adventures together.
You know, I mean, he's got the greatest record. Well, I think Jack would take me down throwing probably a single-handed rod. I'd have a hard time keeping up with him because he does a lot of great saltwater bone fishing and things like that, and I know he's extremely good. But I know he's not fond of throwing the two-hander because I've talked to him about it before. So he'd win on the single-handed rod, I'd win on the two-hander.
Nick Price had a fabulous career, capturing 18 PGA Tour wins. In the mid-90s, Price was regarded as the best player in the world, winning the Open and the PGA Championships in the same year. Yes, a terrific career, and throughout the years there was another love, and that was to fish the Bahamas.
I remember back in sort of like the mid to late 80s, my wife and I went over to the Bahamas and we were contemplating buying a house or a condo or something there where we could go fishing. And I said to her, I said, you know what, whatever money we're going to spend on a condo or a house, why don't we just buy a boat? And then we can come and enjoy all the islands instead of being just locked into one. And, you know, there's always a great, if you stay at one island, you get familiar with the fishing spots really quickly. But over the years, we've been to, you know, I don't know how many islands in the Bahamas. And the great thing is you just throw the anchor on the boat and, you know, you go and fish and explore new places. And having that flats boat on the bow just gave us so much freedom to go and explore and to really learn about fish habits. I think that's what we all look for. Where's the bait? Where are they feeding? You know, what are they feeding on? And I think that's still one of the hardest things when you go to a new area is trying to find out, you know, the bonefish are there, but you just got to find them. And you've got, you know, I don't know, 10, 20 square miles of flats and going out there and trying to find them. I mean, we've sometimes spent days out there, you know, looking for them. But I've really enjoyed my time in the Bahamas, and having that boat has given me that freedom to go and really get to a lot of places that, you know, you can't get to unless you have a boat.
Coming up, Greg Norman lands a giant hammerhead.
This portion of Fins and Skins, celebrating 35 years, was brought to you by Seymour Mapping. See it, dive it, fish it.
If tour pros aren't talking golf on the practice range, there's a good chance they're conversing about fishing. From Tiger Woods to Fuzzy Zeller and hundreds of players in between, the pro ranks are full of avid anglers. Most love fishing the Gulf ponds. Others book trips to some of the most exotic fishing hotspots in the world. Among the most ardent is Champions Tour veteran Andy Bean. Introduced to the sport as a young boy by his father, Bean fell for the pastime hook, line, and sinker. Today, Bean rarely travels anywhere without his tackle. In fact, his truck is jammed with every rod action you can think of.
Guys ask me to come out and play golf. Guys, I don't have fun playing golf anymore. I have fun fishing, and if you want to go do that with me, I'm happy to do it. But my golfing now, it's in charity events, and it's only in scrambles too. If I've got to count my ball, I'm out of that event, no doubt.
Amazingly, Andy Bean's successful career as a professional golfer has spanned 5 decades. An 11-time winner on the PGA Tour and 3-time winner on the Champions Tour, Andy Bean was certainly a dominant player. Andy lives in Lakeland, Florida, and has a passion for fishing snook in the Everglades.
Here, I'm way out there past you.
Look at that fish.
Oh my goodness.
That's a stud there.
Oh my goodness, Andy, what a fish, Andy. Just nice and easy.
I learned to never try to get excited until somebody's got their hand on it.
That's right.
Yep. Oh, baby. Oh.
That's a 40. That's a 40 incher.
There she
There
is.
she is. Slide her on over. Come see Uncle Billy. Come on and see Uncle Billy. Yeah, you're mine, bro. Check that fish out.
Oh.
How about that?
Andy, baby.
How about it?
Check that out, man.
How about that
That's a
fish?
stud,
That's a stud.
That is a nice one.
Yes, sir. Bring
That's
the
a
mouth on that.
stud. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That's
I
what-
told you not
That's
to.
what we came for.
Yeah, and I told you don't catch the biggest fish. Now what am I gonna do?
Yeah, I
Now,
know, man. You
the
got your
bar
work
has
cut
just
out
been
for
set a little bit higher.
you.
All right,
man.
got your rod. Okay, you
You
get.
need to come hold your fish,
Hey,
brother.
man, I tell you what. I
Get
am.
him under the belly. Oh, careful with her.
How
Look at
about
it.
that?
There's
Stud right there.
40-inch
Henry?
snook.
You're a little bit behind.
This was like this
Hey,
big.
I was glad that I could say that for right now, but you never know out there, do you?
That's true.
All right,
never
let's,
know.
Let's let her go.
Let her go, let her grow.
One thing for sure, Andy loves fishing one particular fish, the common snook, anywhere, anytime. Greg Norman had 20 PGA Tour titles, 2 Open Championships, and was ranked #1 in the world for an amazing 331 weeks, and has the iconic shark logo as his brand. Interesting fact, at the 1981 Masters, no one knew who Greg Norman was. He took an early lead and was thrust into the spotlight. The media all chatted about his aggressive playing style. The next morning, the headlines read, "Great White Shark leads the Masters." And from then on, Norman's moniker was born. Greg has always had a passion for fishing, whether it be marlin fishing offshore or fly fishing in a trout stream. In 2001, the Great White Shark was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Greg Norman's fame extends beyond the sports page. He's a friend of movie stars and champion athletes. He plays golf with presidents, and whether it's on a golf course or the tennis court or the weight room, he doesn't just live his life. He attacks it.
And we got into this massive fight, and I was on 50-pound stand-up tackle on the fish they estimated was over 2,000 pounds. It was a massive, massive great white. And that was like 4.5 hours stand-up fighting this massive beast that pulled the boat, I think, something like 9.5 miles, something like that.
And so what's your involvement in that when it's going on?
Hang on.
Okay.
And it was just hang on situation, and you get into this, like any athlete, once you get into a certain place, you get in this Zen place. And at the end of the day, the fish swam away. I was very happy. The fish really tested me out, and when it was all over and done with, I fell on the floor, and I was just done, exhausted. I actually had to play a skins game 2 days later, I couldn't move my arms.
Oh,
my
you
legs,
couldn't?
everything was just shot. It was done. So, you know, it was a great test for me mentally as well as physically, and so that would be my second greatest catch.
Most recently, Greg hooked and landed a world record-size hammerhead shark near his home in Jupiter, Florida. How about this monster? How about the PGA golfers in Europe? We had the opportunity to be entertained by one of the tallest PGA players on tour, Gordon Sherry. At 6'8", you can imagine how far he drove the ball as he competed in the Masters after winning the amateur championship in Great Britain. This giant of a man could dwarf a big fish, too.
No, you still got him. You still got him. All right, that's a nice fish. Oh, man, Gordon.
I think I've just stunned it. It had a look at me, and it got excited.
It's a Scottish
I feel
thing,
as if
you know?
I've got this in the
Okay,
wrong arm.
keep reeling, keep reeling.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Okay, good job. More to the right. Okay. All right. That's a nice fish, too. Oh, no. Oh! All right. All right. Yep. Look at the size of this. Look, man. Look at the big fish there, baby.
That could be the first fish I've ever caught.
Oh, I tell
And
you.
to be honest, certainly the best looking.
The best looking. All right.
Although I don't think I'll kiss her.
Oh, wait, you have to. Come on.
Just a big one too, eh?
Oh, yeah.
What weight will that be, Henry?
Oh, I'm going to say probably...
50 pounds?
I said, no wonder you guys drink so much scotch here. You know, it's like, yeah, that's a 50-pounder. No, definitely about 17, 18 pounds.
Is it as heavy as that? Wow.
Yeah. And I tell you, a great fight, too, on that tackle.
A great fight. I thought I was being a bit of a blouse.
All right, let me put him in the water here. Revive him. Look at that, gorgeous fish. There he goes.
Look at that. Go on.
Beautiful.
Coming up, the incredible dive family.
This portion of Fins and Skins, celebrating 35 years, was brought to you by AGL Grass, people's #1 choice in artificial grass.
It's one thing being a PGA pro that loves to fish, but what about the golf architects that created the playing fields of so many yearly multi-million-dollar venues? Well, the dive family has possibly influenced the art of golf course design more than anyone else in recent memory. From Pete to Alice to sons PB and Perry, their creations are infamous for moving heaven and earth and laying out some of the most difficult courses, such as the stadium course at PGA West, Whistling Straits, and the Players Stadium course at TPC Sawgrass, especially the famous island hole, number 17. Yet the whole family enjoyed fishing. Pete, even at the age of 92, would reel them in from a seated position. Way to go, Pete. Son PB has a passion for fishing the shallow water flats.
All right,
A little one there.
big school. Man, it's so beautiful. Look at this water. This is
know, it's
incredible,
gorgeous,
PB.
isn't it?
It's unbelievable. And that big, look at that barracuda right there waiting for the bonefish. Yeah.
I got to run into the barracuda. There you go.
Oh,
God, dog.
Oh, man. Look.
Good lunch. Have a good
Oh
lunch.
my gosh.
Have a good lunch.
Look, it's gone.
Hey, that's lunch.
Look at-
That's lunch on PB, by the way, there, bud.
Man, you did that on.
I mean-
Okay, hey, fish does not count there. That does not count, PB.
Well, we were just about ready to break for lunch anyway. Now that we've fed the fish.
He just ate that baby. That's unbelievable. And there, he's still sitting there. Oh,
You think
Okay.
he wants dessert?
PB, way to go. Get that line. So, you almost sometimes have to hand strip that line in.
Get you.
Yeah, he'll go up.
I know.
There he goes.
Good fighting fish for 2 pounds, isn't it?
Amazing. Yeah, let him breathe. I'm gonna just let you go, buddy. Watch this. Look at that.
Think he
That
wants
is
to fly
so
again?
beautiful.
And older son Perry, just the opposite, where the challenge of big fish offshore is where it's at.
Okay, we're backing down. All right, keep reeling.
There you go.
Oh, look at this, look at this. Okay.
Come on, dog. Come on.
Come on, baby.
Come on up. There you go.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at the color. I mean, even, you know, above the water, below the water, they look so awesome. Putting points on the board there, Perry. Yep. Yeah. All right, here he goes. Whoop. Beautiful. How's that?
Unbelievable.
Mahi mahi, the big Dorado. Beautiful colors. Put in the rod holder. There you go.
Oh, guess what this
All right.
is? Guess what this is?
Oh,
Come
look
on,
at him spin.
darling.
Look at him
Come on,
spin.
come on, come on, come on, come on.
All right.
Oh, she's gonna run, 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 run. Ever been schooled before?
Yeah. Look at him go.
Come
Look
on,
at him.
darling. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Good
Come on.
job keeping that line tight.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Look at this.
All right, he's at the
coming
boat.
right.
Just,
Hold on. He's gonna see the boat and go crazy.
he
Come
should
on.
still come up. Boy, that'd
Come
be
on.
nice right beside the boat.
Come on.
There you go.
goes.
Oh,
Come on,
yeah.
come on, come on. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Jason's doing a good job
Let's
backing
go.
down the boat.
Welcome to Guatemala. This is a big one, boys.
You know, when you look at that fish, like we're seeing here, but you know, in the underwater, like it's just amazing when you see
No,
these.
no, this one's a big one.
How about those jumps? They're amazing, and the twists and turns.
Yeah, they dance. Come on, darling.
You want to grab Trace?
Cuidado.
All right.
All right.
Beautiful. What a catch, eh, Perry?
Hey, we're doing it.
How about this?
Welcome to Guatemala.
All
Ready?
right, in the water goes.
In the water he goes.
Well, look at that sail. Is that
Look
beautiful?
at that beautiful, beautiful sail.
Beautiful.
Love ya.
Way to go, baby.
Hey, up and out.
It truly is amazing how those PGA players got away from the stress of the game of golf. Man, oh man, I know there's a lot of money involved, but more than that, I tell you, it's that relaxation. It's that hunt of the fish, catching that fish, just like you and I love to do. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. I'm Henry Waschuk. We'll see you next time on another great episode of Fins and Skins Classic Adventures.
Closed captioning has been provided to you by Fins at Sharky's, a beachfront steakhouse with a serious seafood side. Fins and Skins Classic Adventures, celebrating 35 years on TV, was brought to you by Boston Whaler, Fish Angler, Mudhole, NBOA,
Oh, nice! You.
Hey, that's my first Atlantic salmon. There you go.
Look at his teeth, Pat.
That's what I'm talking about.